Universal recently announced a couple of new additions coming to the resort here in Orlando, Florida. One of those additions was a brand new Lagoon show. With this announcement, could we potentially see something with the Lagoon for this year's upcoming Halloween Horror Nights? In today's video, we're going to be looking at the possibility of a Lagoon show for this year and why it is such an important offering. All of that coming up next. What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel that takes you through the fog with another speculation video that has to deal with the potential of us getting a Lagoon show for this year's HHN.
Now, a majority of what we're going to be talking about in today's video is going to be our own ideas and speculation. So of course, take this all with a grain of salt unless Universal does make an official announcement. And like we stated in our previous video, this will all lead up to our next live stream on Tuesday, May 7th, where we'll dive further into these speculations. So make sure to mark down that date in your calendar so you don't miss out.
The Lagoon show at Halloween Horror Nights has recently become a staple of the event. A show featuring lasers, pyro, special water features, music, and more has quickly become something that fans will call a fan favorite. But to understand it better, let's take a very brief look back at its history.
The first Lagoon show for HHN started back in 1995 with Crypt Keeper's Revenge: The Knights of Hell. The show, of course, featured the Crypt Keeper as well as a giant skeleton that would rise out of the water to talk to the audience. It then took 11 years until we got the next Lagoon show to appear at the event. 2006 was Halloween Horror Nights Sweet 16 and featured the Lagoon show Sweet 16: The Director's Cut. This show featured multiple HHN icons as well as iconic horror movies that have inspired Halloween Horror Nights. One unique feature with this show is that they had multiple floating orbs on the lagoon that would project images for the audience to see.
Fast forward another 13 years to 2019, where Halloween Horror Nights 29 would take place and introduce Halloween Marathon of Mayhem. This high-energy synth show had a collection of popular properties featured like Stranger Things, Ghostbusters, and even the Universal classic monsters. To this day, this is still considered to be one of the best Lagoon shows that Universal has ever created, plus it's one of our personal favorites as well. The next show would take place in the year of 2021 for Halloween Horror Nights 30, Marathon of Mayhem Carnage Factory. This show was hosted by the HHN icon Jack the Clown, taking you through his Carnage Factory with iconic horror scenes. And finally, the last HHN Lagoon show that we received was back in 2022 for Halloween Horror Nights 31. This show was called Ghoulish: A Halloween Tale and was themed around traditional Halloween. Unfortunately, the show would come to an end midway of the event due to damages from a hurricane.
Now, Universal did make repairs to the Lagoon later on, which would allow the regular Lagoon show to perform. But since then, in 2023, it did close to make way for a new Lagoon show. This one has been titled Sensational and has been announced to debut on June 14th of this year. However, how does this impact HHN?
So with Sensational opening June 14th or debuting June 14th, we know that we at least have over 2 months until Halloween Horror Nights officially kicks off here in Orlando. So there is a time period for them to work on the show and potentially get something for HHN this year. But even looking before that, they knew they were going to work on a new show. They have known that they've done Lagoon shows for Halloween Horror Nights in the past. It's been fan favorites. We know people love it. We included, we're one of those people who love the Lagoon show. So they should have been working on this. I think they might have already been working on this, I mean, a year ago when the whole show did close down and they were planning for possibly this year having the Lagoon ready to operate. They might have had something already ready to go.
Yeah, and of course, we don't know the extent of the damages from the hurricane. We also don't know how long it takes to really put together one of these shows, but I think HHN really understands the importance of having one of these shows. It really eats away at the crowds. We know that HHN has only been getting busier the last few years, and having this show really takes away some of the crowds from the lines of the houses, and it also gives people another thing to do that doesn't require a long line.
Yeah, that's what I was going to jump on, is the fact that it's another offering, you know, and with the whole HHN community, you know, we're always wanting more. We're one of those people we want more, we want more. And Halloween Horror Nights as a company as well with Universal, you know, they want to give as much as they possibly can. So looking at it, it's like, you know, what is the importance of this? Well, it is an offering. It does eat away at the crowds. But on top of that too, it is an atmosphere thing. Because it's in the Lagoon, it's such an open space. The music's loud. You can see this thing from all over the park. It just creates and it fills that void that we have talked about on the show before, that we've had some dead spots for last year's event and come to realize like we didn't have a Lagoon show for last year. So it'll fill those dead spots.
Yeah, even if you're not sitting there watching the Lagoon show, you can hear the music, the lights light up those areas that don't have lights themselves, and it really just contributes to the overall atmosphere of the event.
Could we potentially see the return of the Halloween Horror Nights Lagoon show for HHN 33? Let us know down in the comments below of what you all think.
If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up as well as subscribe so you don't miss out on our future HHN content leading up to this year's event. And one quick thing before we go, our current merch on our store is going to be going away to make room for a new merch line. So if you are interested in grabbing any of those products before they go, we are running a sale right now for 20% off. All of the information for that will be in the description down below.
And with that being said, we look forward to see you guys all on May 7th for that upcoming live stream. And like always, we'll catch you guys in the fog. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.